What's good, guys? I'm back at it with another video. Today's video is going to be a little shorter because a lot of the concepts tie into the previous video I made, which was based on charging more for your mentorship. So yeah, let's get into it. Today's video is basically how I build a 50K plus a month mentorship from scratch. And yeah, this is basically what I do if I had no audience, no clients, and no brand. And I had to rebuild from absolute zero. So yeah, as you can see here, it's going to be 0 followers starting from absolutely nothing, no ads, no huge audience, and the goal would be 50K a month, obviously. And here you can just see a little picture of a rocket just to demonstrate what we're aiming to do. So who am I? My name is Zalkoza, and before we get into it, let me explain why you should actually listen to me about this topic. So over the last, 2 or 3 years, I've helped generate over $1 million in client revenue purely off mentorships and coaching programs. And I've worked behind the scenes, helping mentorships, coaching businesses, and high ticket offers scale through positioning, offer strategy, content, and client acquisition. So yeah, that's basically a gist of it. As you can see here, $1 million plus client revenue and almost 3 years of experience. Here are some of our client success stories as well. As you can see here, 10K in the first 30 days of launching this offer. We have 80K over here overall. Some mentorship sales here, 91K, 114K, 19K. What is this? Almost 10K cash collected in 5 days. 7.5K cash collected in 3 days, 91K, 103K, 9K, and some email testimonials as well. And the numbers truly speak for themselves. And the interesting part is, it wasn't because the offer suddenly became smarter when we started working with these people or more advanced or more complicated. As you can see here, with one of our e-com creators, when we came in, he was making about 20K a month, and we scaled him up to 80K a month. And yeah, that's a 4x increase in revenue driven by better positioning and stronger perception. And another creator as well here, he was sitting at 10K a month with about 30,000 followers on Instagram and 9K on YouTube. He was doing 10K a month. We came in, and the first week of launching, we made $10,000 with him. And that is a complete transformation in revenue. And it was the same offer, but just different positioning. And that's how most of this growth came. It came from better positioning, clearer messaging, stronger perception, and a more premium feel. So these are the things that most people focus on, which are the wrong things. So most people completely overcomplicate this mentorship stuff. They think they need more followers, they think they need more content, they think they need more leads, more funnels. But if your positioning is weak, more traffic just means more people ignoring your offer, basically. So most people just chase more followers, more funnels, more views, more automations, more content volume. But traffic doesn't fix a weak offer. More eyeballs on a broken message just amplifies the problem. It doesn't fix it. And what actually matters is better positioning, because authority is perception. It's how people feel about you. And once people perceive you as a premium, clear, trustworthy, and structured, everything changes with your mentorship. So the first thing that you need to do, obviously, is pick a market that pays. So the first thing I do is choose a market where people already spend money. High ticket mentorships only work when the pain is expensive and the outcome is valuable, and speed matters. As you can see here with this little graph, so pain is expensive problem that needs solving, and money is the market that already spends. As you can see here, urgency, high ticket market. Yeah, you can kind of just pause and look at this yourself. But that's why niches like business, trading, fitness, relationships, and personal branding work so well, because the transformation changes someone's life, and the pain is real, and the money is there, and urgency drives action. So the next thing that you need to know is that people don't buy information. Information is everywhere, bro. People can watch a free YouTube video like you're watching now and get the information that they need. People can buy a book. People can go on websites. People can ask ChatGPT for things. What people actually buy with mentorships is certainty. They buy the feeling of, hey, this will actually work for me. This will finally work for me. So this is where mentors mess up. What most mentors sell is just calls, modules, PDFs, communities, information, courses, things like that. But what they don't realize is that these are features, not outcomes. And features don't sell at premium prices. That's why you see courses being sold for a few $100s. I've never seen a course that's $10,000 unless it's from Jordan Belfort or something. But yeah, you get the point. And what people actually want to buy is certainty. They want to buy belief, clarity, confidence, and transformation. They buy a new opportunity, the feeling that this time it will actually be different. So, in theory, don't sell a mentorship, sell a new vehicle. You need your offer to feel different, not slightly better, but it needs to feel completely different. Because the second your offer sounds like just another mentorship, people mentally group you with every failed course, every fake guru, and every bad investment that they've made. And that's why you need your offer to feel completely different. If you make it feel slightly better, people are just going to group you with all the scammers in whatever industry you're in, and people are going to have their sales guard super high and they won't want to buy. So here's what you shouldn't be doing: generic positioning. So just a regular business mentorship, which sounds like everything else and gets ignored like everything else. What you need is a proprietary system that has an authority positioning system. So something that feels engineered, feels unique, and feels like a real solution. Your offer needs to be proprietary, unique, structured, and engineered, because psychologically, hope sells, and a new vehicle gives people hope. People don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again that they've been trying to do but has continuously failed. So, people don't want better, people want different. If someone has already tried with courses, YouTube videos, random strategies, and coaching, they eventually start believing that maybe this doesn't work for me. So, your job is to convince them that the old way failed them, not the other way around. You need to make them feel that the things they were doing were failing them, and they weren't failing at the things they were doing. So, this is what you basically need to do. You need to make the old way link with frustration. You need to say that you need to make them feel that the tried courses didn't work. They watched YouTube videos, still stuck. They bought coaching, they got no results, and they blame themselves. That's basically how it is. The old way created a belief that they're the problem, but the new way that you're presenting is going to create hope, which is a proprietary system, a clear roadmap, and a new vehicle entirely, and that will give them a reason to believe again. So your offer is going to reframe the story, and the people are going to feel that, hey, I wasn't the problem, the method was the problem. And that's exactly what you want when you're trying to scale up a mentorship. So let's tap into what actually makes an offer premium. So most people think premium means more calls, more bonuses, more complexity. But honestly, what makes people pay more is certainty, as we mentioned before. People pay premium prices when they believe. This is the clearest path to the outcome. That's why systems feel premium and random coaching feels cheap. So what you need is structure, which is a clear, repeatable framework that guides clients step by step. Clarity, so every client knows exactly where they are and what comes next. Accountability, which are going to be systems that keep clients moving and prevent drop off. Support, which is going to be access to guidance when clients need it most. And speed, the fastest path to their outcome with no fluff and no filter. So this is just an example of how to structure a high ticket offer. And yeah, the example I'm going to give you is just a trading example. So if I was building something from scratch, my offer would be simple because simplicity scales and clarity converts. Most people like to overcomplicate their offers because they think that complexity creates values, but complexity actually just creates confusion, and confused people don't want to buy. So this is basically how it's structured. So it's going to be weekly calls, which are going to be live group or one-on-one sessions to maintain momentum and answer questions in real time. Accountability, which is going to be check-ins, progress tracking, and systems to keep clients on the right path. Community, which is going to be a curated group of peers at the same level, and environment, which is going to help shape results. So that can be on Discord or school or whatever. The next thing is going to be templates and SOPs. So these are going to be done for you frameworks so clients don't feel like they need to start from scratch. And a clear roadmap, which is going to be a step-by-step path from where they are to where they want to be. And the secret is each component removes a reason not to buy together because they create an irresistible level of certainty. So the next thing I want to tap into is perception. And a lot of people don't know this, but perception equals price. People don't buy the best offer, they buy the offer that feels the most valuable. So that means your content matters, your visual matters, your communication matters, your confidence matters, and your funnel matters as well. So everything contributes to perception, and perception determines price. So let me just give you two examples of the cheap coach and the premium mentor. So the cheap coach has random, inconsistent posts, generic surface level advice, weak, unclear messaging, no defined framework, and he looks like everyone else. The result is prospects won't feel confident, price resistance will be high, and clients will be hard to close. And let me tap into the premium mentor. So the premium mentor has clear, consistent positioning, demonstrated authority, confidence, direct communication, a proprietary system and structure, and the premium mentor stands out immediately. And the result is prospects will feel certainty, price resistance will drop as well, and clients will often close themselves. You will need to sell them because they'll already be sold from the creator. And the next thing I want to dive into is actually authority. And most people don't realize this, but authority is far greater than attention. Because most creators use content for attention, but I'd actually use content to build belief. And the best content shifts perspective, it attacks false beliefs, it creates curiosity, and it positions you as the authority. And the best content makes people think, I've been looking at this completely wrong. So the first thing would be content, belief shifting posts, videos, and insights that challenge the status quo. The next thing is going to be belief. Prospects start to see you as the authority who truly understands their problem. The next step is trust. Repeated exposure to your thinking builds deep, unbreakable trust with prospects. And the next thing from that is going to be booked calls. Inbound leads who already believe and don't need to be convinced when they're actually on call, ready to be closed. So yeah, this is just an example of content as well in the trading niche. So these types of videos work because they attack false beliefs, they challenge the way people currently think, and they position you as someone who understands the deeper psychology behind profitability. Not just charts, not just entries, but what actually separates profitable traders from everyone else. And yeah, the reason why I'm choosing trading is because most of our clientele is traders, so it was the easiest one to do. So here's the first video idea: why most traders stay inconsistent. This attacks the belief that more strategies equals more consistency, and it reframes the real problem. Another one is why profitable traders trade less. This challenges the hustle narrative, and it positions discipline over volume as the real edge. Another one here is why emotional trading keeps you broke, and this shifts the focus from technical to psychological, where the real battle is fought, and the psychology behind consistent traders. And this is basically going to reveal the mindset framework that separates the top 5% from everyone else. And the last video idea I have here is why most traders never become profitable. And this is going to be a pattern interrupt that creates a viewer that makes viewers question everything that they've been taught within the market. So the next thing I want to dive into more so is sales, because we figured out the positioning, we figured out the content, and once calls are being booked in, the next thing we need to dive into is sales, obviously. So I'd say keep sales simple, because most people don't need more leads, more traffic, or more software. They just need better positioning, better communication, and better certainty. And because if your positioning is strong, you don't need massive volume to hit 50K a month. So here it is. You have the content, DMs and calls, qualifications, sales call, and then that'll be your client, obviously. And this simple system works because every step is designed to increase certainty, not just move people through a pipeline. And when your content does the heavy lifting, the sales conversion becomes a formality. And yeah, let's just dive into the math and the logistics of actually making 50K a month, starting from scratch. So 50K a month actually isn't as complicated as people think, because you don't need millions of followers, viral videos, or giant teams. You just need a strong offer, premium positioning, and a handful of high quality clients. So let's say we have 10 clients needed, just 10 high ticket clients per month, and we're charging 5K per client, which is a premium price point that reflects your premium positioning. And with those 10 clients, and we're each charging them 5K, that is going to be roughly 50K per month. And that's the real result when the positioning is correct. So let's say we book what 30 calls, which is about one call a day, depending on the month. And we book those 30 calls through content driven inbound and warm outreach. And we close 10 of those clients from the 30 that we booked in. And that's going to be a 33% close rate, which is very achievable, strong positioning, and is actually low. I've had close rates as high as 60%. So this 33% close rate is very modest. And that would put us at 50K a month with consistency, predictability, and scalable revenue. Okay, sorry for the cut. I just had a minor technical difficulty. But yeah, the last few things I want to dive into is that people don't actually pay you more because you know more. They pay more because they believe more. People don't buy purely based off logic, they buy off belief, and belief in the income, the system, the transformation, and you. So, and the stronger the belief becomes, the easier it is to charge more premium prices, because premium pricing is not just about the value, it's about the perceived certainty that people have when they're buying. So, when someone believes deeply that your system will work for them, the price becomes irrelevant because they're going to do it anyway. So, yeah. The next step is, if you want more breakdowns on premium positioning, high ticket mentorships, offer psychology, and authority building, you can go follow me on Instagram. And if you want help building better positioning for your own mentorship, you can just book a call with the link below. Or if you have any questions, you can just follow me and DM me. And then, yeah, we can chat, see what's going on, and I can see how I can help. And yeah, on the call, if you want to book that, we're going to break down your offer. So we're going to structure it for maximum perceived value and certainty. We're going to go through your content and figure out how we can make it build belief, not just attention. We're going to fix your positioning and make sure you stand out as the obvious premium choice. And we're going to tap into your premium field as well. And we're going to go over every touch point engineered to command higher prices from your audience. And yeah, just one final thought. People don't buy the best mentor, they buy the mentor that they believe in the most. Everything in this presentation comes back to one thing, which is belief. Your positioning, your content, your offer, your messaging, and all of it exists to build belief in the mind of your prospect. And when you master that, 50K a month doesn't just become possible, it becomes inevitable. So yeah, that's it for me. Once again, make sure you follow me with the link below. DM me if you have any questions. And if you'd like me to personally come in and help you with your offer, you can book a call with the first link below. That's it for me. Stay profitable and yeah, get to the money.